Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more 9-rip, continuing Minami's route now. So we're full on in to Minami. So, anyway, we're in Minami's perspective. We're trying to go to sleep to talk to the demon version of him. So, well, sleep demon. The Minami in our dreams. Anyway, I planned to sleep after I was sure she fell asleep. But I couldn't stop staring at her face so near to mine. Something about it gives deja vu. Why did you come find me, huh? I have nothing to offer you. I can't charm or captivate you. Unfortunately, you have charmed or captivated her. Instead of Seiya, which is just unfucking-believable. Thanks to him, I was incapable of charming humans or manipulating them. But Spacey called me her burden. In a way that makes me happy. It made me feel as though I still had some power. Gave me a little confidence, too. Who's him? Is it the god that's following me? Did he curse you or something? Because I doubt it's Seiya. What someone as powerless as she gives me is truly special. I wondered how she'd react if she learned the truth about me. Oh, I can't wait to find that out. Maybe she'd look down on me. I feel anxious. I haven't felt like this in so long, it's funny. I should get to sleep, too. Spacey's waiting for me. Good night. It's been a while since I've seen you here. I'm in a dream, right? Minami appeared clearly before me, unlike the usual darkness he surrounded himself in. I can totally read your mind. Minami laughed, savoring the moment as he drew near to me. However, there seemed to be a thin piece of glass between him and me. If this thing wasn't here, I'd be able to reach out to you. So annoying. He glared at the glass. What is this? There's still this untouchable wall between you and me. Think of it as an emotional barrier. If you make a pact with me, give me your body and soul, the barrier will shatter, allowing us to truly connect. But that means I enter you. Whoa, sir! We're rushing things a little bit! Meanwhile, Seiya whips out handcuffs, and I'm like, take me, daddy. And then he's over here like, I can enter you. Whoa, 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 simmer down and back off a little. Listen. I'm just saying, good for Minami girlies, because here you go. But, like, not good for me. Like, I'd rather Seiya be saying shit. Well, he kind of already did, talking about taking all our clothes off and hugging. That ain't, okay, sir. Okay. What's he getting at? What is he getting at? Use your brains. The thought alone gave me goosebumps, but I'd come too far to shrink away from him. So as long as there's barriers up, I'm protected. I've got to dig deeper. What do you mean when you say, enter me? Exactly what it sounds like. I go in and take your soul. Don't fret. I promise to bring your body back to your family in the mortal realm. His grin grew wider. No way. I'm going back to the mortal realm. Alive. There's no other way. I flat out rejected his offer. Are you okay? Was you sneezing? Did you get something stuck in your mouth? You were chewing on stuff. You would look like you just all of a sudden like did a little weird little shake. You okay? Did you get... What's the matter? What's the matter? She's being feisty and weird. Anyway. Just because I was starting to see another side of him didn't mean I was ready to give him my soul. I instinctively realized that this was the reason for this glass wall. I see. That's a shame. But consider what you'll do if you can't go home. Stop. I interrupted him, my voice firm. I wanted to reach out to his true form. You're not entirely evil. There's a huge difference between you in dreams and the you in the real world. Is that what you wanted to talk to me about? Fine. I'll bite. Really? I was surprised he'd agree to tell me so easily. If you're so sure about your theory, It makes me want to prove you wrong. But to do that, he touched the glass, seemingly tempting me closer. What'll you give me in return? His smile widened, unnervingly sending shivers down my spine. That's right, he's a demon after all. Though the gap between our hearts may have closed slightly, I must not forget what I was doing. I'm sorry, I have an ear itch. I was making a deal with a demon. One misstep could cost me everything. Since he hasn't demanded my soul yet, I might still be safe, but he could have proposed a deal that tempted me to offer my soul. I needed to tread carefully. Anything but my soul, because grant one wish is be like, all right, I'll give you one thing, but not my soul. Oh, well, anything but my soul. They're both tricky, because anything but my soul could be, okay, you have to stay here with me forever, endeavor. Like, you know what I mean? We might not be willing to give him anything, you know? And then, okay, one wish, I want your soul. Okay, accept that. You know what I mean? Like, both of them leave us open to, I don't like either one of them, to be fair, so I don't really know. Anything but my soul. Okay. As long as it's not my soul, anything. Not bad coming from you. Not bad at all. That's quite the gamble. Are you sure about that? I was ready for this and nodded firmly back at him. I believe the answer I seek is worth that much. That's great. Minami's laughter was hearty and loud. Well, if that's how you feel about it, I suppose I'd better offer something equally valuable. What to do? Though he seemed to ponder, his smile showed he was in high spirits. Ah, well, we have a deal then. I felt a step closer to my goal. But something nagged at me. So, what do you want? I'll think about it. Can't let this fun end so soon, can I? What a waste that'd be. I mean, seriously, you opened yourself up for God knows what. What have I done? Having to negotiate with a demon made me resent the god that sent me here. I didn't believe I did anything wrong, and I felt a pang of guilt. Guess that's what it means to deal with a demon. Very well. As for my side of the deal... Minami snapped his fingers, and the scenery before us changed. You're okay, it's just a teepee. An ordinary moon was in the sky. This is the mortal realm. Surrounding me, massive mountains stretched far and wide. Nearby, a small hut set by a dirt road. Was this the mortal realm, but in the past? Then voices reached my ears. One was unfamiliar. The other, Minami's. Please don't harm my family. Let my mother and sister never know hunger. Trust me, I'll ensure your family thrives in your absence. But for that, I'll need your soul. Tell me one thing. What will become of me? You won't completely die. You'll simply suffer inside me, neither crossing over nor hellbound. That's what it means to sell your soul to a demon. Which one of it was? I'm assuming Minami was the demon, but is Minami the one selling his soul to the demon? I don't know. Well, that's fine then. If I'm always by your side, that means I can keep an eye on you. And if I'm with you, perhaps I could sway you, even just slightly. Well, you won't. Now stop spouting such nonsense. My apologies. Based on our previous interactions, I've learned that just going along with what you say doesn't lead to things in a good direction. Just so you know, I won't be suffering in silence. Well then. Take care of my take care of my family. We formed a pact now. Yeah, I don't know who's who. There's someone selling their soul to a demon, and the demon, obviously. I heard fingers snapping again, and the night sky disappeared. I was transported back to where we were before, with Minami behind the glass. What was all that? It's a tale of a human who sold their soul out of desperation. This person sacrificed themselves to save their family from poverty, and the demon held up his end of the bargain. This is your story, isn't it? Unless Minami was the one who sold and he's like, I'm going to keep fighting. So now, like, did you? Okay, so no, Minami was the demon. Because I was like, that wouldn't really make sense, though, if Minami was the person who got eaten. And then I'm going to fight inside. So, like, you ate a soul that's fighting inside of you, making you more human because they refused to just, well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Did you really make his wish come true? I was skeptical. I was always told demons deceive, bringing despair and reveling in the spectacle. I found it hard to believe he actually fulfilled the man's wish. Absolutely. A pact is absolute. If I don't follow through, I'd be in real danger. So I guess the soul pact holds real weight then. And so you have your answer. The story tells you the truth about me. Though he spoke casually, Minami's face was somber. Initially, I was a minor demon who could only exist in dreams. But after acquiring a human soul, I gained the ability to assume a human form and wield greater power. Yet, that human soul was radiant and impeccably pure. I wasn't formidable enough to manage that soul. I struggled to control the power it granted me. Whenever I attempted any malevolent actions, the soul inside me would revolt. Because of it, I found myself unable to do evil. In fact, I found the evil leaving me. It's true. In the conversation I saw earlier, the man said he was going to try and sway Minami from the inside. So why would you want my soul? Am I so evil that I can make you... This girl's a goody-ass two-shoes. I mean, she's got some snark and sass, don't get me wrong, but she's not evil in the sense that it's going to overpower the goody two-shoes inside you. You're just going to have two goody two-shoeses. Well, look, you got a pair of two-shoeses now. That person must be so strong-willed if their soul was able to sway a demon. And as a result, Minami was... So you've developed a conscience? Minami's expression twisted in disgust. The look alone made the answer obvious. That's kind of adorable. I'm a demon. My power comes to life in dreams. That's why in this realm I can be closer to who I used to be. That's the answer you're looking for. So this isn't the real him. You dislike the non-dream version of yourself? Absolutely. A conscience? Disgusting. It's unnecessary. Prevents me from being all that I truly am. But having a conscience doesn't mean you're not you anymore. I mean, it's not like the soul of that human's gonna replace you, right? Gross. Cut that shit out. I am me. That doesn't change. But once an evil being turns good, they change. It's like they're reborn. I don't want to end up like that. So he wants to stay a demon. To you, maybe I seem okay as I am now. I mean, you thought you could change me, right? Well, I don't know that for sure. It's not like I know the original you. I have nothing really to compare it to. If you knew the real me, you'd be terrified. You wouldn't dream of trying to save me. For now, I'm just playing the part of a bad guy, acting how a demon should. But you saw through me. I guess it's because your soul is similar to his. I could sense Minami wasn't lying. But at the same time, this wasn't the real him. I like the current you. I wish I got to see the old you. I don't know about, like... Okay, well, I mean, I feel like I wish I got to see the old you would probably be more affectionate in a way, because you're like... Because he's like, I hate this person I am now. I like the old me. It was evil and gross. So you'd be like, I wish I could have seen the old you. Would endear you to him. But, like, why would we actually want to see the old him? You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to see the old you, the evil Minami. That's kind of fucked up, and I don't think she's there yet. You know what I mean? So I feel like I like the current you would be better because this is who you are now. You know what I mean? And, like, let's be real. If you meet someone and they're like, oh, yeah, the person I used to be, you wouldn't be like, I wish I knew the old you. You'd be telling them that the person that they are now isn't worth your time, and that's kind of fucked up. It's not how you were in affection with a person who they are now. You know what I mean? You're like, I like who you are now, the person I know now. I never met that other person. And, like, maybe you miss being that other person. I never met them, though. I like you. Right now. Right here. But, you know, Minami being a demon and right now, the Minami we're talking to is like, ugh, this version of me sucks. I like the current you. Seems like it should be better, because also, again, for her, why would you want to meet the old garbage Minami? But yeah, I wish I could. Okay. All right. I mean, so it is. It's like you're trying to appease this version of the demon version of Minami, the angry one, the one that, isn't tempted by the soul inside of him. But I don't necessarily think that this is a valid choice for her. I don't think she'd really say this. Unless she's trying to, I'm saying that to try to, worm my way in and manipulate him a little, but he can read your thoughts, so. Yeah, this doesn't feel like a very her response. Honestly, part of me is curious about the old you. Okay, that I could get. Minami looked at me, surprised. Ha! Being around me must be making you truly crazy. I couldn't help but laugh, albeit wryly. Maybe you're right. Being with you is scary, but I'm also intrigued. I guess that's just my way of saying it. The more time I spend with you, I find myself getting drawn into your madness, too. It's really frustrating. He let out a sarcastic laugh with his words. Now it's my turn. That's right, I'd almost forgotten. Seeing as he was now, I could see him requesting something truly cruel. But, actually, I think I will save that wish for later. More fun that way. You'll spend your days worrying about what I'm going to ask of you. I think it'll be pretty fun watching you squirm that way. If he was trying to scare me, he succeeded. After all, this dream version of Minami was much darker than the one I knew in the real world. You should get some rest. You're gonna need it if you hope to survive down here. With that, Minami vanished. As he faded, so too did my consciousness. Ooh, Minami. I still love his little boots. Oh, every time. I watched her from a distance as she drifted into sleep. What am I to her? Fear incarnate? Just a way to return to the mortal realm? Yet I sensed her feelings toward me were beginning to shift. She was truly interested in me. If she had said any more, considering what might happen, I shivered. Am I scared? I am still very weak. Interesting. But the thing is I guess he thinks that, eating our soul would be one thing because we, even though we have a very shiny soul like the guy that he ate before that's fucking with him, we are very docile and we're just going to take it and we're not going to fight back. But you know what I mean? I would think he would want someone's soul who's darker than our sparkly little soul that we squeaky clean one over here. You know what I mean? So it seems a little... I'm not really necessarily sure, so far, okay, his story, he is human or he's got some humanity in him, and Seiya being yeah, that's bullshit, demons don't, but it makes sense for Minami the way it happened. I devoured a soul, but that guy's fighting me, which makes me have a conscience, and what the fuck, and it's totally not normal for a demon, and it's not normal for him, even. This is something... I wouldn't say new. He's been fighting it for God knows how long, but you know what I mean? So, okay, I like that little twist. It's interesting. But it makes you go, okay, so you got this shiny, sparkly little beacon of a soul that you ate, and now it's fighting you. Why would you try to get another sparkly little shiny soul like mine? Why wouldn't you go and make a pact with someone who has a dark, evil soul, because they'd probably be more willing to sell their soul to you for whatever they wanted. You know what I mean? And then that darkness would overpower the little shiny soul inside. Why would you try to... Let's get another squeaky clean, shiny, sparkly little one. It'll be okay. You know what I mean? I feel like you'd learn your lesson. It's like you eat something that gives you horrible heartburn. Why are you going to go eat that again? Granted, we're all gluttons for punishment, so sometimes you're like, I know it's going to give me heartburn, but I'm going to eat it anyway. But you know what I mean? That to me seems rather questionable on Minami's part. But it could be because, okay, the little shiny, sparkly soul inside of him, instead of thinking like a true demon and being like, dark, evil soul, he is captivated by us, and there's something, the little shiny soul inside of him that's given him a conscience, right? Is like, ooh. And he's thinking more human-like, ooh, this girl's kind of pretty and interesting, and I like her little sparkly soul. And he's more drawn, and then now he's been captivated by us, that he's not really thinking straight in a way. Because logically, it doesn't make sense for an evil demon who wants to eat a soul to get back his evilness would go for the squeaky, sparkly one that kind of fucked him up the first time. You know what I mean? That just seems stupid. So I'm not really... And maybe they'll kind of explain it, but otherwise it's that kind of just seems... I get where you're going with the story, and I like it, but it doesn't mean it makes a lot of fucking sense. You know? So I don't know. And it could just be that we don't have all the pieces. So, fair, but that's what my thought process is right now, that I'm why would you want another sparkly soul when they fucked you up the first time? So you're gonna, what, you think the powers combined of the shiny, happy, sparkly souls inside you is gonna, negate them? I'm just gonna make it worse. Especially now that we know your story. Okay, I'll give you my soul, but I'm gonna fight you along with John over here. Power up. We're gonna, combine our rings and call Captain Planet up in here. You know what I mean? It's not gonna make it better, sir. So, Anyway. I feel so refreshed. I slowly rose from the bed. Since Minami had let me rest for a while, most of the fatigue I'd felt before was gone. Fatigue. I rubbed my eyes and saw Minami was already awake. Now, what to do with you today? It was the same Minami that I'd always known, but something about him seemed off. His expression looked forced, like he was pushing himself to be excited. What's gotten into him? Wanting to get a better look, I moved in closer. What? Why are you looking at me like that? If you keep doing that, I'll take out your eyeballs. I continued to stare directly at him. Sure, go for it. I boldly held my eyelids open, ready for whatever came next. It seemed my audacity threw him off, and he quickly turned away, sulking. Think you're clever, huh? Calling me out like that? You get to know me a tiny bit and suddenly you're cocky as they come. I wasn't trying to act cocky or show off, but it was true. I wasn't as scared of him. Conversely, the more I got to know him, the more curious I became. Yeah, she's lost her fucking marbles. She's literally lost the plot, but hey, whatevs. That human soul may have had some effect on me, but the real me's far different. So, that man's soul is why you've been kind to me? No, that's not... He stopped himself and sighed. Sorry, this is my fault, isn't it? Let's talk again when you've calmed down. Ugh, why are you trying to confront me? Minami abruptly stood up. It's just... I feel like I'm starting to lose track of who I really am. It's frightening. With that, Minami vanished. Maybe he just needs some space. Yet my talks with Minami were already starting to bear fruit. One by one, he was revealing the things I wanted to know. And yet having found out Minami's weaknesses and gotten a feeling about his emotions, I felt conflicted. The more I learned about him, the more uncertain I was about how to act. I guess that means we're getting closer. I should take a walk to try and collect my thoughts. I was also curious about what Seiya was up to. No! We were doing okay! You can't go talk to my boyfriend! But I don't have my robe. Walking around like this will attract attention. I looked for something to cloak myself. Oh, there's a big cloth over there. I took the big cloth near Minami's things and wrapped it around me. Where should I go? No. I do not want to go talk to Seiya because then I'm going to miss him. No! No! Stop! We started this and it was good, we haven't talked or mentioned Seiya or seen his beautiful face, and I could pretend. I could pretend he didn't exist. Deep down inside, I knew, but it's like, okay, we'll just put blinders on and pretend we don't. And then you dangle him in front of my face. What are you doing? Why? We go see Minami, right? We go. Okay, I cheated. I looked up. We're going to do both, but we go to see Seiya first. I don't wanna. I decided to walk to the station. No! I just want to run and wrap my arms around his waist and cling to him. Please take me back. Save me. I don't want to do this. I just want to be with you, my precious princess. God damn it. Oh, Seiya's here. Yay! Seiya's here! I hate this. This game is trying to kill me. I swiftly hid. Oh. Seiya was scanning his surroundings as he walked. He's probably worried. He must be searching for me. Poor baby, we're making him worry. Now you're going to hide. To be fair, though, it's valid. Don't talk to him, because if you talk to him, I'm going to miss him even more, and also he'll probably handcuff you to something, and we're going to have to do this all over again. I felt a twinge of guilt watching him. I feel the twinge of pain, and like something is clawing at my chest and squeezing it tightly and twisting, and I just want to die. Seiya pulled out his phone and pressed it to his ear. Yes, I'll return to work soon. I'm handling an urgent matter. Please manage things till then. Yes, it is something I must attend to. I'll compile the documents once I've returned. I just need a bit more time. We're making him bad at his job. This man has not missed a day of work in thousands of years. Or whatever. We don't know how long. He has not missed a day of work like fucking ever, and we are making him slack off. He's putting off work to look for me. Oh. He's genuinely trying to help me. Actually, I'm worried he might be overdoing it. I knew this probably stemmed from his previous regrets. As worried as I was about him, I knew I couldn't meet him just yet. I'm sorry, Seiya. I am too. I can't leave Minami's side. Not yet. This is something I have to do. This is literally me. I'm sorry, Seiya. I can't leave Minami's side. It's something I have to do. I have to go down his route, but you know it hurts me, having to see your beautiful face and not being able to touch you. I glanced back at Seiya one last time. He didn't have his gun with him, which was reassuring to me. I better ship out of here before getting spotted. I better slip out of here. I was like, I gotta ship out? I've got to ship out. And I was like, that doesn't seem like the right use of, I'm going to ship on out. Like, I better slip out of here before getting spotted. It's the tears in my eyes from missing. I'm not really crying, but like, I want to be. I love Seiya so much and I miss him. All right, we're going to go down, go see Minami, okay. I came to town, wondering what to do. As I wandered around, I saw Minami's favorite shop come into view. The windows were fogged up as usual, so it was hard to see inside, but upon getting close, I was able to peer inside. That's Minami. He seemed to be in a bad mood. Then a worker placed something in front of him. What's with that gigantic parfait? I couldn't hide my surprise, astonished that hell had such food. Maybe I'll just take a little peek. Open the door, peer around, staring. What are you doing here? Look at that parfait. As soon as I entered the shop, Minami noticed me. Spacey's here. I don't want to see your face. Go away. With that, he picked up a knife that was on the table and swung it toward me. What the hell? Thinking it was flying at me, I ducked instinctively, only to hear a burst of laughter. Gotcha. What a dork. I was going to say, he looked so happy as he was then going to throw a knife at me. With a wicked grin, he pulled out the knife, which he had tucked under his sleeve. Pretty good, right? I'm actually pretty good at magic tricks. Ugh. You know, you eat that whole thing and you'll end up getting fat. Okay, you know what? First of all, that's rude and judgmental. Listen. He's not going to get fat from eating one fucking parfait. Let's not perpetuate that stereotype. And it is okay, even if you were trying to be healthier or maybe go on a diet or whatever to eat a cookie now and then or a fucking parfait. It's fucking okay, okay? You don't have to suffer and be like, I can only have lettuce and water for the next 16 years. No. It's okay to let yourself have a parfait now and then. Maybe not every day, but now and then. Also, he's a demon. He doesn't need to eat, so I'm pretty sure he can eat whatever the fuck he wants. It's got to be the benefit of being a demon in hell, right? Can eat whatever I want? Well, hold. That sneeze came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? But and also, hi, we don't like to body shame women. We're not going to body shame fucking tiny, adorable little demon twinks, okay? It's not. I was so annoyed with him. I tried saying something mean, but he just ignored me. Oh, okay, well, she was just trying to be mean. Okay, well, that's fine. Fair enough. I won't get fat, so it's fine. I can eat what I want when I want. Minami seemed unaffected, and I dropped my shoulders in response. Or drooped my shoulders in response, sorry. Oh, man. To be a demon and be able to eat what you want and not get fat. That sounds awesome. You know, I'm just saying, if a demon was like, I'll take your soul, and you can have your perfect body, and then you can eat whatever you want and never get fat, I'd be like, done. I don't even need you to turn into a sexy butler. But if you wanted to also be my sexy butler, just saying. Besides, this parfait is your fault. Huh? Since I can't do the evil stuff I want, I'm gonna take it out on this parfait. Now leave me alone. I love how he's like, I can't be evil, so I'm gonna eat sweets. It's kind of adorable. What a jerk. But still, the parfait looks so good. I involuntarily swallowed loudly. I wanted a bite so badly. I knew I couldn't eat anything in this world. I could only look, but it's like torture. With these thoughts in mind, I grimaced and Minami smirked mischievously. Yummy, yum, yum. So delicious. Sweet and tart fruit, fluffy whipped cream. Hey, you want some? Go on, have a bite. Open wide. Minami, all smiles, brought a spoonful of whipped cream to my face. I knew he was trying to get to me, but you just want to, like, lick it right off that spoon. Making eye contact with him as you lick it slowly off the spoon. No, are we not? This isn't a, like, power play, like a sex power play right now? Okay, never mind. Never mind. It's so tempting. Ugh, Minami, you're so mean! Unable to stand it, I quickly left the shop. I was gonna say, are we doing any? What's happening here? Like, I clicked the button and it's like... I walked all over the place and soon felt tired. I'll rest in this alley. It's dark and a little creepy, but it's quiet, away from the crowds. What should I do now? Go home. Walking outside made my chest ache. I feel so guilty about Seiya. Me too. If you're that worried about him, why not go back to him? You scared me. Don't pop up like that. When did he even get here? Minami sure is good at sneaking up on me. Why shouldn't I go back to him? Can I ask you something? Am I a burden to you? Yeah, why shouldn't I go back to him? Also, what happened to the crazy voice in her head? You were like, it's okay, I'm here to keep you from being lonely, and then never came back up again. No crazy voice in her head. What the fuck was that all about? What was the point? Minami seemed troubled, looked away, then finally spoke. Having you around throws me off. It's annoying. So you want me to go back to Seiya? No, I don't want that. Definitely not. If you left, I'd hate that too. Huh? Oh. I mean, maybe I should just break your legs so you can't leave. That I'd hate it part. Did that mean he actually... I felt my cheeks heating up. I glanced at Minami. His expression was mixed. He was annoyed, yet his face was flushed. He looked away, down at the ground. I mean, it's kind of funny. He is our typical, like, what, I don't fucking like you. And then is absolutely, like, you know, adores you. Yeah, pretty standard. He's pretty fucking standard. Seeing him like this made me... Ugh. I hate my parfait and I'm still pissed off. I think I'm starting to fall for you. What the hell are you gonna do about this? Why would you say it out loud like that? I can't help it. It's the truth. I want your soul and I'm so freaking close. It's so frustrating and I'm annoyed. On the other hand, though, it's like, if you were gone, I'd hate that too. I know I'd just end up regretting it. His shoulders drooped. Oh, dear God, hold on. Spam callers. Go fuck off, spam callers. I don't give a fuck about you. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, did I disrupt you? You were snugging so gently. Are you gonna need a break now? Because you were snugging and you were being so good and you were... Now there's me throwing my mouse again. It sits on a pillow so that I don't have to move when the bird's on me and I don't disrupt him. So every time I try to throw myself out of my chair, it goes flying off the pillow. Here you go. You gotta go potties. Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good birdie. He's such a good birdie. All right, here you go, buddy boo. All right, booger boo. I know. I know, you need foodies and waters. I'm getting a little hungry too, but we got a little bit longer, and then we'll go downstairs and you can have snacks. You can have tasty snacks and get lots of waters to drink. Yeah, I know. Oh, you're so soft and fluffy. Wait, I'm still mad at you for being a big asshole pooping on me earlier. Still mad at you. It sucks, but I love you. I do, I love you, even though I tell you, God damn it, you're such a big fat jerk, and I yell at you. I hate your attitude. I hate when you poop on me. It's a bad attitude. Bad attitude and bad actions. But you're still such a good boy. And I love you so much. Except for right now when you're biting me. I'm going to take your beak and keep it. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it in my pocket. You're not going to get it back till after class, mister. You're such a brat. I'm going to have a stare down with you, except for you're so close to me I can't see your eyeball. But I know it's there. Anyway, his shoulders drooped. His feelings were all over the place, and I was struggling to keep up. Yeah, I feel like Minami's struggling to keep up with himself. Normally, you don't ask your crush for romantic advice. How would I know? I've always been on my own. Don't judge me by your own standards. Minami pouted, clearly upset with me. So what about me made you fall for me? Nothing in particular, I guess. I've watched you so long, part of me just started liking you. It's more curiosity than anything. But it hit me when you fell asleep to warn me about Seiya, to protect me from him. You're the only one who's ever done something for me like that. You think that's the human soul talking? You're really annoying, you know that? Whoa, I'm sorry. And no, it's not that. I'm a demon. People are supposed to hate me. I felt a deep sincerity behind his words. He was truly falling for me, and I was at a loss for how to respond. Thanks! I love you. Thanks. What a slap in the face that'd be. So please, don't stir my heart anymore. Minami, I've sworn to take your soul. That's all there is between us. With that, he stood up. I'm gonna take your soul. I swear it. Oh, and I've decided what I want. I want you to promise me you won't do anything else for my sake. Not a single thing, you got it? His request caught me off guard that I was speechless. It was tough for me to honor. I knew he was trying to push me away, and yet I felt something inside my chest stir at the thought. I don't want to make that promise. Finally, I've found you. Hearing that, I looked up to see Seiya closing in on us. I froze. Seiya! He had his gun aimed at Minami. Yeah, see, now they're gonna be like they're going to make Seiya try to be the bad guy and hurt Minami. And we're going to be like, Seiya, how dare you? And I'm going to be like, I can't be mad at Seiya for trying to exterminate a pest. Listen. We're vibing in Minami's route. I don't dislike it. Okay? But no one is going to win. If Seiya comes after anyone, like, I love Kureha, and if Seiya came up and was like, I'm going to exterminate him and, like, exorcise fucking the ghost that is Kureha, I'd be like, yeah, I don't love it, but, like, alright, whatever. I'm just saying. Like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be mad at Seiya over this, okay? I may be a little bit disappointed in him over some of the characters I love more, but, like, you're not going to make me side against him in this route. You're just not going to do it, and having to make me choose like that is not helpful. I imagine it's what it felt like if Minami is your absolute favorite character and you're in Seiya's route and you're like, yeah, he's not for me, right? You know, like, whatever. Even if you enjoyed the route, when he kills Minami or whatever, you're like, what the fuck? You know, you weren't vibing. You were like, no, because he killed your favorite character. You know what I mean? But, like, so you're not gonna... You're just gonna kind of take away from Minami's route. Like, Minami is a salty little asshole. And I'm expecting him to be like that the whole time. So I'm totally fine with it. And him being an asshole in Koyo's route and being a bit of an asshole in Seiya's route. Sure, I'm expecting that. He's an asshole to me in his own route. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to side with Minami and be like, Seiya, no. I'm going to be like, well, I mean, Seiya has a point. You know? Like, I feel like that just... I don't know. I don't... What else were they going to do, honestly? You know what I mean? They're at odds with each other. They hate each other. It's perfect. But it kind of makes you feel a little weird when the character you like is supposed to be the bad guy and you're like, yeah, but... You know? I don't know. He really was planning to destroy him. Don't! I can't let you hurt Minami! But I can. Instinctively, I stepped forward. Spacey. Suddenly, I found myself in front of Seiya, shielding Minami. Stop! Don't do anything stupid! I could hear Minami calling out desperately from behind me, but I ignored him. I'm going back with you, Seiya. To the HO, so please lower the gun. I gently reached out and pushed the gun down. Seiya's face was white, eyes wide. No, but then if we go back, then Seiya's gonna be there tempting me, and I'm never gonna want to date Minami. Like, before I was, like, vibing with Minami because Seiya wasn't around, and now you're, like, trying, like... You just did this all wrong, game. You'd go to such lengths to protect Minami. I realized how strange this all must have seemed from his perspective. But I knew I had to protect Minami. Seiya, let's go! Why? Minami's voice was laced with pain, yet I forced a smile. I'll be okay. We'll meet up again in my dreams. What the... I should be the one saying that. Minami muttered, seemingly annoyed. About that promise, can you choose something else? Maybe Seiya was right. Perhaps Minami had changed me. But not in the way that Seiya thought. Yeah. I'm sorry, Minami. I then followed Seiya away from that place. Chapter 7. Since parting ways with Minami, Seiya and I had been bickering back and forth. Minami abducted you, right? Why in hell's name did you stop me earlier? That's not exactly true. I wasn't abducted. Until I clear up this misunderstanding, I don't think he'll let me go. Besides, I realized it was moot at this point, given that I'd run away, but I still wanted Seiya to understand what I was doing. You should have let Seiya take care of him. Quiet. I admonished my other self and looked directly at Seiya. It's interesting that somehow now our other self is present again, but wasn't there when Minami was around. Because, like, literally, didn't I just say, like, it's interesting that our, like, other little self that we're talking to just doesn't exist anymore. And now she's back. Are we sure it's not Minami? In our head pretending to be us or the god? I don't know. It's just really weird that we didn't have these inner monologues. Whoops, I clicked the button by accident. We didn't have these inner monologues with ourselves. Like, anyway, I admonished my other self and looked directly at Seiya. I wasn't abducted. I chose to leave with Minami. I intentionally fell asleep to warn him you were coming to kill him. He seemed to read my thoughts, understood the situation, and helped break me out of here. As expected, Seiya was lost for words. Still, I continued. That just goes to show how much I don't want you to kill Minami. Seiya's expression twisted. He clearly didn't understand what I was trying to say. Why didn't you want me to kill him? I would do anything for you, and if you kill him, it's fine. See, I shouldn't feel this way in Minami's route. I should be like, no, don't kill him. And I'm like, I don't care. Can I stay with you? You can't do this game. I didn't want him to disappear. Being honest with him might make me sound insane, but wouldn't you feel guilty lying to him? Oh, well, the truth isn't always the right path. I lie, be honest. Ooh. I gotta move my hand, Bird. I need to open my guide. I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like Seiya's gonna know if we lie, and if we're honest, he's gonna think we're crazy. Like, I could see both of these going badly. I'm also too fucking hungry all of a sudden to make logical thoughts, so. What was save file? Oh, that was just the optional for completion. Okay. We can actually save anywhere. Because Minami only has, how did I say, like 3 save files? Let's go, we can save here. Actually, no, he's only got 3, so we can just save here. Oops. So then the answer is, oh, be honest. I decided to be totally honest with him. No one should be erased forever. Not even the demon that's after my soul. That's not exactly honest. I thought, that's part of it, but it's also, I think I'm in love with him and he's in love with me. You've completely fallen for Minami's trap. Seiya's quite right. You stay quiet. I'd expected Seiya to reject my thoughts, but I wasn't ready to back down just yet. Sorry, Bird. This is a mistake. All I'm doing is facing down my burden. In the mortal realm, I avoided facing my fears with my career path. I think the god that sent me here saw that and wanted to show me the importance of facing my fears, even when I don't want to. If I keep running from my problems, that won't lead to anything good. I think that's what that god is trying to tell me. Sure, I resented the god for sending me here, but if that was the case, then accepting my fate and facing my burdens is what I have to do. It's the only way for me to go home. I don't want to run anymore. Seiya's brows furrowed and his expression soured. You're so certain. Not even the slightest hint of hesitation in your eyes. I can tell no matter what I say, you won't listen to me. I wish she would listen to you because I adore you. But if Minami dares approach and steps foot in this place, I won't hesitate to take him down. If you do that, you'll end up hurting me. After all, this was my battle to fight. Finally, I think I understand. My burden isn't just Minami. It has to do with Seiya, too. Yeah, my burden is to not be able to love him. Such tragedy. I had to learn to stand firm and say what I really thought. I need to stop worrying about what others think and live my own life. Let me say it clearly. If you do that, you'll be taking away my burden, my challenge to overcome. Please don't take away my struggle. It's mine to overcome. With that, silence descended on the room. For a moment, I thought of Minami, wondering if he was sensing my thoughts. What would he think of all this? Oh my, this is terrible. I wanted to help you return home so badly I lost sight of what the true nature of your coming here was. Seiya stood up and bowed deeply to me. I apologize for overstepping my bounds. I am deeply sorry. Relief washed over me, and I weakly fell into the chair behind me. Seiya looked up, saw me, and chuckled softly. I suppose I'm partly to blame for this stress of yours. No, not that much of it. I got up from the chair, straightened myself, and looked back at him. Having you by my side helped me stay sane. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Can we kiss now? Then it was my turn to bow. Seiya touched my shoulder, prompting me to look up at him. Oh, he's so close to me. He's close enough to kiss. You've already grown up so much. That expression of yours just now, it's like you're a totally different person. I'm sure you'll be able to live a life free of self-doubt when you return. Thank you so much. I don't want to return. I want to stay here with you. And if I do go back, I want you to be my hell husband. Either way. I smiled at him, my heart feeling lighter than it had in ages. Him smiling and just existing and just being here in my face makes my heart feel light. However, none of this changes my desire to see you return home safely. Seiya handed me his gun. I stared down at it, wide-eyed, and shook my head. I don't want this. I have no intention of hurting Minami. Also, don't give this to me because it might end up being used to kill you, and I will fucking riot if anything happens to Seiya. Except for in a bad end. I don't accept it because, like, bad ends are bad, you know. I just want to know you're safe. This is one thing I refuse to negotiate with you on. Seeing how concerned he was, I knew I couldn't refuse. He's been worried about me from the start. He kissed my hand, then my forehead, as his way of praying for my safety. Right? This man kissed our forehead and you're gonna leave him? Looking at the gun, I finally wrapped my fingers around it, accepting it. What a relief. Now we can protect ourselves if we have to. I feel like, okay, so the voice in our head originally was like, yeah, sure, let's go do some stupid shit. And then now it's like, yeah, we can shoot Minami. It really feels like it's, like, I'm very confused about this voice in our head. It was like, let's go research demons. And now it's like, shoot Minami. You know, like, I'm questioning if it's not actually the little god using our voice inside our head. I don't know. It's very interesting. Holding the gun made me anxious, and I flinched at the thought. I mean, it could very well be her own inner monologue, like it is, because she realizes that going and talking to Minami and siding with a demon is fucking insane. So the logical part of her is like, no, girl, this is stupid. This is the only way. Yeah, okay, well, just in case, keep it, because you're being an idiot. You know what I mean? So, like, maybe, but it just seems odd to me. I don't know. No, that's not why I... Spacey, what's the matter? Oh, nothing. Seiya looked worried. If I mention the voice in my head, he'll think I'm just exhausted. I guess this voice is just another part of me that shows up when I'm really anxious. But it's the first time it's ever shown up, so, like, it seems sus. Perhaps it was something I created to deal with my worries. I promise I'll return this to you when I return home. Please see that you do. And take this robe with you. You might find it useful. I'm sure it would be helpful, but I feel like we're supposed to not accept the robe because accepting the robe would be affection for Seiya, and we don't want to get affection for Seiya, right? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's affection, so we get a Minami affection for that. No, thank you. I'm pretty sure Minami wouldn't like it if I showed up with that. I could never accept the robe and the gun. And don't tell me, has Minami stolen your heart? His suspicious glance made my heart skip a beat. He could never steal my heart from you. Why is my heart racing? I couldn't make sense of this feeling. No way, totally not at all. I laughed it off, but Seiya's scrutinizing gaze followed me as I retreated out of the room. Her is like, no way, totally not at all. Awkward me, no way, totally not at all. You are the only one that could steal my heart, Seiya, seriously. Like, Minami over you, please. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Don't be ridiculous. Let's go home and cuddle. You know, just two different ways of saying that same thing. Oh, no. All right, time to head back to Minami's. Walking tall and proud, I felt a gentle breeze grace my face. Glancing over, I saw the massive Khalifa tree, its white flowers in full bloom. It's so calming here. Seeing the flower petals scattered on the ground, I gently bent down to pick one up. What do you plan on doing with that? Hearing Minami's voice, I turned and saw him in the hallway. I can't believe he came all the way here. I quickly ran toward him. Minami! Minami glared at me. His cold stare stopped me right in my tracks. Why did you save me? His voice was deeper than I'd ever heard it before, a sign of his anger at the actions I'd taken to save him. That gun, it's no ordinary gun. It could have killed you, Minami, so I mean, if you had been shot, you would have... That isn't what I was getting at. He yelled, making me jump back. You acted for my sake, which I find repulsive. Absolutely repulsive. Yet it makes me happy. What is this? My heart is wavering. I told you not to do that. Minami sighed, his bitterness causing my heart to ache. I worried that I had made the wrong decision to try and save him. But I couldn't just stand by. I don't want you to die, Minami. Our discussion was at a standstill. Impossible for us to find common ground. Minami closed his eyes tightly, and then, when he reopened them, I found all my strength had left my body. You messed up just now. I wonder if he's going to kill you now. That's not... I couldn't deny the possibility. Minami approached me slowly, a knife in his hand. He's that desperate for my soul, huh? Well, I guess that makes sense. It wasn't a shock. I understood. He wanted to continue being a demon. He wanted to steal my soul. I hadn't thought he was willing to go this far, but... Remember what Seiya taught you? Oh. Instantly, I sharpened my focus. I made sure my willpower was strong enough to resist the demon's stare. But even then, Minami continued to walk toward me, putting the knife to my stomach. If I moved even an inch, it would slice me wide open. Form a soul pact with me now, or I'll stab you. Don't worry. I'll ensure you endure enough pain without dying. Once your body and soul are exhausted, you'll be easy to manipulate. His eyes burned with madness as he glared at me. However, I recognized that madness wasn't all that filled his gaze. I knew. I saw it. The faint wavering in his eyes. I won't give in to this demon. Instantly, I found myself able to move. Oh, phew! Now we can kill him! Go on, take out the gun! Do it! What are you saying? It's kill or be killed! What? I'm not gonna kill him! And I'm not gonna let him kill me! I quieted the voice in my head and spoke slowly. The voice in the head seems like it might be the god then trying to whisper in your ear and be like, yeah, no, kill him, kill him! I'm the same as you. His eyes wavered even more. You've broken my control. He appeared shaken, but I didn't pause. I merely continued with confidence. If I had left everything to Seiya, I might have eliminated you and returned home. You're a burden to me, after all. Makes sense, right? But I couldn't let him do that. My actions to stop Seiya were born of instinct, but they came from the heart. I've come to realize my feelings about you are changing. I saw his grip on the knife loosen, and it dropped to the ground. Minami clutched his throat, showing signs of distress. It hurts. You're driving me mad. There were two things I desire, yet I can only have one. I desperately want them both. I'm gonna return, alive, without killing you. Surely there's a way. Which is why I won't give up. You're so freaking annoying. Minami looked furious as he gazed down at the ground. If you're not gonna give up, then forget it. I surrender. You surrender? I can't take it anymore. Suddenly, Minami weakly sat down on the ground. What's the matter? It's probably the Khalifa air. I've been trying to stay strong, but I can't do it anymore. Oh, that's right. The Khalifa flowers are toxic to him. Well, let's just go home. We can figure it out later. Go home. That sounds pretty nice. Like it's natural for us to be together. Minami finally smiled, but it made my smile fade. Before he was ready to kill me, but just as quickly he'd reverted to his usual self. I reached out to help him up. I helped Minami to his feet, wrapping an arm around his shoulders for support. Are we getting a CG? Oh, yeah, we are. Us helping our demon boy, okay. He looks a little dazed and out of it. Hey, about what you said before. About how your feelings for me are changing. You're seriously gonna bring that up now? He literally looks like he's drugged because of the flowers. It's on my mind. I can't ignore it. After what he just did to me, I thought he wanted to cut off his feelings toward me. Why don't you explain how you feel about me? It's hard to put into words. Not exactly sure how to express these feelings. The hell? That's frustrating. Says the guy who just threatened me with a knife. Oh. It was rare to see him speechless, and I chuckled silently to myself. But it's true. I'm starting to feel differently. So, you mean you like me? Well, I'm not exactly sure, but... I mean, you did just risk your life to protect me. You must have feelings for me. You wouldn't do that if you didn't care. Gosh, okay, I get it. Calm down. The way Minami spoke without flinching made me blush. Whoa, your face is so red. That definitely means you like me. No, look, I like you more as like a friend? I'm not interested in being just friends. As he spoke, he pulled me close and... Oh! Hi! Okay, this is a good one. I was at a total loss for words. Is he gonna kiss us? It's very close. Suddenly, his face was inches from mine and our lips met. Yet, no, he totally kissed us. Okay. We're no longer just friends, right? Our lips barely touching, Minami continued to whisper, his breath tickling my lips. I felt blood rush to my face and my body swoon in his arms. Feeling overwhelmed, I pushed Minami away. I like how it's romantic music and then shoves him. The fuck? So good. What are you doing? Ouch, what the hell? You know I'm already weak. Why would you push me now? Excuse you? You're the one who's out of line here. What were you thinking? We were having a pretty moment. We were like, oh, and then she's like, fuck that. This is great, though. What? Did you expect a formal declaration? I am going to kiss you. I want to kiss you. Please allow me to kiss you. That's not the point. Why are you so upset? I didn't do anything wrong. I was just acting on my feelings, just doing what I wanted. I was legitimately angry with him, but Minami just collapsed on the floor, flailing about. This is fucking hilarious. He was acting so childishly, I could only sigh. Yet at the same time, my heart was racing in spite of myself. Hey, come on, help me up. I'm too weak to stand. Please, Spacey, your hand. Ugh. Despite my frustration, I reached out and helped him up. Aw, I really am feeling weak, though. Can we keep holding hands? Fine. I feel like, fine. It's probably the right answer. Yeah. Fine then. Hey, will you promise to only be kind to me? If you let anyone else touch you, I'll go absolutely crazy with jealousy. He smiled peacefully, yet his eyes didn't share that sentiment. Don't be so creepy. Besides, I'm in love with Seiya. The thought of him getting jealous made me shiver, and I fretted about the potential things he could do. See, Seiya gets jealous and it's kind of adorable. Minami gets jealous and someone's gonna die. Right. It's truly frightening, the idea of becoming obsessed over someone. It's repulsive. I knew he was talking about himself. It wasn't the first time he'd spoken like that to me, and it no longer seemed to bother me. I used to enjoy watching people go mad, but I never thought it would happen to me. Ugh, this is absolutely terrible. You must be pretty special if you're able to stir my emotions like this. Despite his protest, Minami looked like he felt genuinely tender toward me. He also seemed surprisingly cheerful, prompting me to stifle a giggle. It was an interesting little scene, and we got a little kiss, so okay. As long as Seiya's not in it, we can vibe with Minami, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I can vibe with it. It's not bad. It's not my favorite so far. I mean, I know we're only a couple hours in, but it's like, yeah, okay. But I feel like I think because we've done these characters before, you know what I mean? And like Minami is just quintessential. I don't think oh god, you're so gross and like but I like it like whatever. Like I just don't feel anything from him that's different. We're like, okay, we're taking this character and we're doing something a little bit different with it. Like no, he's pretty much stuck. Even though he's a demon. So like that's the vibe I'm getting right now and it's like yeah, okay, there's nothing wrong with it. And like, I've fallen for these characters before in other games, but there's just nothing that I feel like he's bringing anything different to the table. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, still having fun with it, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, oh my god, mind blowing. Okay, like, Koyo wasn't like my type right off the bat. I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, okay, he's fine. But like, his route was so good that I'm like, yeah, no, you kind of endear to me and you're like one of my faves now, you know? But like Minami, I don't think was ever going to be one of my faves just because he's got the baby face. But I was still like, okay, but we could do something interesting with this, okay? And I'm just feeling so far, I'm like, you're just kind of stock though. You're very standard. Like, you're not doing anything different with the trope here. And it's like, it's not bad, but I don't think it's exceptional. It's like, we're still going to vibe and have fun. But when we get to the end of it, I'm not like blown away so far in the first couple. Like, I mean, again, we're only partway through. We still have a bunch to go and maybe it'll change. But right now, he's just feeling like we took some stock character and threw him in and like what makes him different. You know what I mean? And it's not like the trope, like, oh, I never liked. No, I mean, we have loved this character a million times before. And they've been different where you're like, okay, the standard trope, but you're doing this with it. But like this, I don't know. There's something about it that I'm like, okay, it's fine. We're going to have a good time. But I don't see anything so far that's making me like love him, you know? It's enjoyable, but as of right now, like again, Hibiki's not my type at all, but I think even Hibiki's route was better. We're only 2 hours in, so like maybe it'll change, but at the moment I'm like, I'm not seeing anything super special here that makes me go, this is the best. Or it should be so, like, to me, this is at the bottom so far. Like, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's a bad thing for Minami, because I was like, you're kind of at the bottom of the pack. Hibiki's route was better than Hibiki's better than you. But again, we're only at the beginning, and his route's still enjoyable. So I'm not like, I'm not having fun here, I don't like it. It's, if this is the worst that the game's going to throw at me, and I'm going to be like, yeah, it's the worst route, I was like, whatever, there's nothing about it that really stands out, and it's still, like, fucking great. Like, we're still having a good time, don't get me wrong. But so far, it's, at the moment, I'm like, you're nothing special. I don't know, is, you know? Like, I like the moments we're having. So I feel like it's really weird, but I feel like you guys being around me long enough know and you get me that it's not like I'm saying, yeah, this route's boring and I don't like it. I'm not. We're having fun. I'm having fun with it. But even still having fun with it doesn't make Minami like a standout special character. He feels very stock so far. And it's like, okay, yeah, you're doing the standard trope and what's going to make you different and make me like you where I've liked other characters like you before, but like those ones I'm like, oh my god, I love this guy. And this I'm like, you're fine. The route's fun and we had a good time, but there's nothing exceptional about it, and you know, but again, we're at the very beginning, so it's just maybe they're just like troping you up as much as possible and hitting you over the head with it, and then we're gonna veer off somewhere and get a little bit funky and crazy with it. You know what I mean? And that's fine. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.